Hi everybody, this is Jessica. I'd like to take a brief moment to show you how to turn in Task 1 of your mock or mini ed TPA. You'll need to go to taskstream.com and it will bump you to a website that looks like this, and go ahead and log in with the credentials that you had in a prior School of Education course. If you forgot your credentials, you could always click Forgot Login and get a password reminder. If for some reason you never made an account or you need to renew your account, you're certain it has expired, you can click Create or Renew and click Continue on the left. And then enter in your username and password if you're renewing an account. If you're making a new account, then you'll need to answer a few questions. You are part of a college or university participating in Taskstream use, and you'll need to enter in our state and our institution, college and university, and select the University of Wisconsin System, Platteville, and click Continue. Then you'll need to decide how much do you need to purchase. We are using this through student teaching, so figure out when you're student teaching and make sure it goes beyond graduation. And I say that because although you turn your Taskstream or your EdTPA portfolio in, you know, in say April, if should you need to do any additional work, I would make sure that it at least goes through the end of May. Frankly, if you get to the end of that, you can always just purchase one more semester if you need to. So anyway, you need to make sure you purchase enough to get through graduation or through student teaching, and then you'll enter in this information, and yes, you want the teaching productivity tool pack and you need to accept the terms. Now the next page probably asks for credit card information and so forth, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that you all have a login and you can get into Taskstream, you just don't know where to go once you're there. So I'm now logged into Taskstream and I can click Professional Education Core on the far left. If you do not see Professional Education Core, you need to enter that in. You need to join that DRF. So you would click Enter Code and then enter Pro-Ed-Core and hit Search and actually join that portfolio. Once you do that, that will bring you back to your home page where you will have Professional Education Core listed. So we'll go ahead and click that. And now over on the far left, I will see a long list of courses that require Taskstream use or licensure elements or embedded signature assessments. Now you'll notice there are several courses here that you did not have to take. The entire School of Education uses Taskstream. Matter of fact, we all use the same portfolio system. So you just need to worry about the things that have been assigned to you. And for that, you need to look at two pieces for this class: the mini EdTPA and additional licensure elements. Let's take a look at additional licensure elements first. Number one, you need to upload your classroom management plan. So when I click that, there are really no directions listed because we did it in a different platform. You just need to click Attachments, Upload from Computer, and go get that attachment, add the file, and go find it somewhere on your computer. Now that might mean that you have to open a new tab and go to Google Drive, because remember, most of you typed yours in Google Drive, and you may have to actually download that from Drive first. So just in case you've never done that before, I'll open up something here for us to take a peek at. So here we have just a random Google document that I opened. And let's just say this was my classroom management plan. I would need to click File, Download as Microsoft Word, or a PDF. You would want to do one of those two. PDFs are like that software is free to obtain, so I usually would suggest doing a PDF. So when I do that, I'm now downloading my classroom management plan as a PDF, and I'll type Broglie Classroom Management Plan, and notice it's saving to my desktop. I'll click Save. Now I'll go back to Taskstream, add files. I'm going to my desktop where there it is, Broglie Classroom Management Plan. I'll click Open, start upload, and now it's uploading. When it reaches 100%, I can click Upload and Close, click Save and Return, and then this one little button here, or this little pop-up, is reminding you to click Submit Work. If you do not do this, it's got a little bulb and it's even moving towards it. If you don't do this, I can't read your work. So you have to click Submit Work. Okay, so that's how you upload. So let's go back at requirements here. You can upload your classroom management plan, your mock PDP, which was in a website called MyQEI, and so you would go into this, and I believe, if I remember right, it is exporting your PDP, and it'll come out as either a PDF or a Word document. So you'll upload that to Taskstream. So just those two things. And then under the mini EdTPA, all right, there's several things listed for task 1, and you've done all of them already, so don't freak out. Here we go. So task 1, context for learning. Remember, you did that in Google Drive maybe, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, it feels like. That's where you describe your community, the school district, the numbers of students with IEPs, things like that. That was that very first document we did together in Google Drive. Everybody did it that week. Number 2, you need to upload a lesson plan. You already did that too. So that was the week before the context for learning, if I remember right. We wrote a lesson plan together based off of whatever you did for task 1. Whatever you videotaped, you wrote a lesson plan for that. So we're going to upload that. Number 3, instructional materials. Now this might be, it's anything you used to teach your lesson. So for example, if you have a worksheet on measurement, take a picture and upload that. One of my favorite apps to use to get through the EdTPA is a tool called Cam Scanner. I highly recommend, if you have a smartphone, put this on your smartphone because it lets you take pictures of anything, and it turns it into a PDF, and it looks awesome. Most of our students are using it to scan images for the EdTPA, so you might as well get the hang of it. And you can also go back to your school district's copy machine and do it there too. All right, so instructional materials, again, are any documents that you used to teach your lesson. That could be a worksheet, a PowerPoint, notes, whatever. And maybe you didn't have any too. That could be true, although most of us have something, right? A visual aid of some sort, a video, right? And it may be just a link to the video on a document. Let's see. 4th, any kind of assessments you had students complete. So anything you use to measure student understanding. Could be a quiz, a Kahoot. In this case, you'd probably just put a link to it if that were possible, or print it out and upload that. So anything you use to measure student understanding would go in this blank. And lastly, number 5, the big one, the planning commentary. So those are those wicked prompts that we answered the past last week, right? Last 2 weeks actually. So you'll go back into Google Drive and click File, Download as PDF, and that'll download to wherever you tell it to, and that's what you're going to upload. Okay, so there you have it. That's everything we're looking to upload into Taskstream for this class. So again, that was the mock PDP, the classroom management plan, and all of task 1. So context for learning, lesson plan, instructional materials, assessments, and planning commentary. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Otherwise, your goal is to try to get all that uploaded before we come back.